Hi, I'm Jerry Nelson. I'm a family therapist and independent clinical social worker in the state of Minnesota. I've worked with over 300 abusive families, and I wanted to file an I report. I had read an email where someone was saying that you were looking for the results of abortion. And I have a story of a lady that I worked with as a client. She had a 21-year-old son, or 21-year-old daughter, a 10-year-old son, and an 8-year-old daughter. And she was referred for parenting skills because she was so volatile in the home, and she had a 10-year-old son that had been placed and was now being returned back into the home. This lady had been divorced 3 times. She is now living with a man that was not her husband, but they had a coupling relationship that seemed to work. They were parenting better than a person might have expected. The referral was for parenting skills, but as sometimes the case, this lady had excellent parenting skills. That was not the issue. As I worked with her over time, I gradually learned what the issue was. Her 21-year-old daughter was close to her and came visiting and so on. And what had happened when this 21-year-old daughter was 1 year old, this lady had gotten pregnant again and had chosen to abort the second baby. And what had happened is that over 20 years, this lady had seen her older child growing up and had really gotten into a situation where she wondered what the aborted child would have been like. This lady was raised in the Catholic Church. She had a strong value ethic against abortion, and yet she had done abortion, and now she was living in what I call the 20 years of hell, because what she had was a situation where she could not get away from being reminded of what would have been a 20-year-old child now would have been like if she had not aborted it. And this reflected itself into the family system, where the lady would get extremely volatile with the 10-year-old son, and which was the reason he had been placed, and which was the reason also that her parenting skills would go out the window when she was in a situation where she was stressed. So the results of this lady having 20 years of wondering what her aborted child would have been like was that she was extremely volatile with a 10-year-old boy who had been in placement and probably was being patterned to have a very upsetting lifestyle. She had an 8-year-old daughter that was also upset because the 10-year-old would act out against her. And she had been totally unresolved herself. As a Catholic person, she would not accept that she needed to have forgiveness. She would not forgive herself. And the ending result was she stopped doing therapy with me because I was clarifying what was going on with her. Extremely unresolved situation, extremely disastrous for all people involved. With that, this is Jerry Nelson, family therapist in Minnesota.